Hello students, in our last video lecture we have discussed about the composite masonry, the types of composite masonry and the advantages of composite masonry. In the today's video lecture we are going to discuss about the cavity wall. First of all, a wall which consists of two separate walls called as leaves or the skin with a gap or cavity between these two separate walls is called as a cavity wall. When we join the two walls or the two leaves of a walls with some gap in between the two leaves, it is known as a cavity wall. The two separate walls may be connected together by a metal pins or the bonding bricks at a suitable interval. Such construction of cavity wall is generally adopted for external wall of the structure. So the cavity walls are the load bearing walls, or these are made up of the two leaves of the cavity wall of equal thickness. For a non load bearing wall, the internal leaf may be thicker than the external leaf. The two separate walls may be connected together by metal pins by holding bricks at a suitable interval. This type of construction it is generally adopted for the external walls of the structure because the cavity walls are so designed that the heat is absorbed in the outer leaf of the wall so that the internal heat or the internal temperature that becomes low compared to the external temperature, so that the cavity walls are generally constructed for the external walls. So we will see in the Marathi also. So the cavity wall म्हणजे काय, तर ज्यावेळी वॉल कन्स्ट्रक्ट करत असताना दोन वॉल्सच्या मध्ये गॅप ठेवला जातो आणि दोन वॉल्स कन्स्ट्रक्ट केले जातात, एक इनर वॉल आणि एक आउटर वॉल म्हणून, आणि त्याच्यामध्ये गॅप असतो, कॅव्हिटी असते, म्हणून त्याला म्हणायचं कॅव्हिटी वॉल्स. मग या कॅव्हिटी वॉल कन्स्ट्रक्ट करत असताना जे काही दोन पार्ट्स आपण सेपरेट ठेवतो त्यांना दोन लीव्स म्हटले जातात. आणि हे जे काही दोन लीव्स आहेत हे दोन लीव्स कनेक्ट करण्यासाठी आपण बॉन्डिंग ब्रिक्स वापरतो किंवा मेटल पिन्स वापरतो. सो विथ द हेल्प ऑफ दिस बॉन्डिंग ब्रिक्स किंवा मेटल पिन्स वी आर कनेक्टिंग द टू लीव्स ऑफ द वॉल्स इन वन. या टाईपचं जे काही कन्स्ट्रक्शन आहे कॅव्हिटी वॉलचं, हे कन्स्ट्रक्शन जनरली आपण एक्सटर्नल वॉलसाठी यूज करतो. एक्सटर्नल वॉलसाठी काय यूज करतो, तर ज्यावेळी आपल्याला टेम्परेचर मेंटेन करायचं असतं किंवा आतमधलं टेम्परेचर ह्या एक्सटर्नल टेम्परेचरपेक्षा कमी ठेवायचं असेल तर त्या केसमध्ये आपण कॅव्हिटी वॉल्स कन्स्ट्रक्ट करतो. नेक्स्ट, so this is one image of the cavity wall. So here you can see the external wall that is made with the help of brick and internal wall that is made with the help of blocks of a concrete, and here you can see there is a cavity, and this cavity, so it is made up of these two leaves, one brick wall, दुसरी जी आहे ती आपली कॉन्क्रीट ब्लॉक वॉल, आणि ह्या दोघांना कनेक्ट करण्यासाठी आपण इथं पिन्स वापरलेल्या आहेत ज्या की बॉन्डिंग पिन्स म्हणून आपण तिथं यूज करतो. सो इथं जी पूर्ण एक्सटर्नल वॉल आहे याच्यामध्ये कॅव्हिटी फॉर्म केलेली जाते, आणि या कॅव्हिटीमुळं काय होतं तर याच्यामध्ये टेम्परेचर जे काय आहे ते आपण मेंटेन करू शकतो, आणि त्यासाठी काय करतात कॅव्हिटी वॉल कन्स्ट्रक्ट करतात. ओके, now the next, the purpose or the advantages of the cavity wall. The cavity walls gives a good insulation against the sound, means that it makes the room soundproof. Second, as the cavity or the gap between the two leaves contains full of air which is bad conductor of heat, hence the transmission of heat inside the room is reduced, means that it makes the room heat proof up to certain extent. Third one, the nuisance of the inflorescence is also very much reduced, and next one, that is the cavity walls are cheaper and economical. So these are the purposes as well as the advantages of the cavity wall. First, it is act as a good sound insulating wall. When we are providing a cavity in between the two leaves, whatever the sound or the noise coming from the outer side, that is not pass on into the inner side. So it will act as a better soundproofing wall. Second, as we earlier discussed, the gap in between the two leaves, it will not transfer the heat of external environment into the internal environment. So because of that, the heat or the temperature of the internal structure that remains less as compared to the external heat or external temperature. So these are the main two purposes for which we are constructing the cavity wall. पहिला पर्पज साऊंड इन्सुलेटिंग वॉल म्हणून आपण त्याचा वापर करू शकतो, कारण कॅव्हिटीमध्ये जे एअर असतं, एअरमधनं व्हॉइस ट्रान्सफर प्रॉपर होऊ शकत नाही, किंवा तो जो काही गॅप आपण प्रोव्हाइड करणार आहे तर त्यामुळं काय होतं, आउटर साईडचे जे काही साऊंड आहे किंवा नॉईस आहे तो आपल्या इनर रूममध्ये किंवा इनर साईडमध्ये ट्रान्सफर होत नाही. म्हणून एक साऊंड प्रूफिंग वॉल म्हणून आपण कॅव्हिटी वॉलचा वापर करू शकतो. सेम लाईक ॲज अ हीट ॲब्सॉर्बिंग और टेम्परेचर रिड्युसिंग वॉल म्हणून सुद्धा आपण त्याचा यूज करू शकतो. सो as compared to the other walls, the cavity walls are cheaper and economical. As we are providing a gap in between the two leaves, the whatever material required to fill that gap, that will reduced, and it will result into the economical situation, as well as it is cheaper compared to the other walls. Now we will start the next point, that is the scaffolding. So first of all, the definition: when the height of the construction is more than 1.5 meter, the workman need some platform on which he can stand safely, keep necessary material of construction, and carry on the construction. These temporary structures or platforms constructed very close to the wall is in the form of timber or the steel framework, commonly called as a scaffolding. The height of the scaffolding goes on increasing as the height of the construction increases. So scaffolding म्हणजे काय, तर ज्यावेळी आपण वर्क करत असताना, ज्यावेळी आपण फॉर एक्झाम्पल आपल्याला प्लास्टरिंग करायचं आहे, ब्रिक वॉलसाठी प्लास्टरिंग करायचं आहे, आणि त्या केसमध्ये जे आपलं बॉटम 1.5 मीटर आहे तेवढं कंप्लीट करून झालं आहे. आता आपल्याला वरच्या पोर्शनला जे काय आहे ते प्लास्टरिंग करायचं आहे. मग त्या केसमध्ये काय होतं, वर्कमॅनची जी हाईट आहे दॅट हाईट बिकम्स इनसफिशियंट, अँड बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट आपण काय करतो, त्याला एक वर्किंग प्लॅटफॉर्म क्रिएट करून देतो. दॅट वर्किंग प्लॅटफॉर्म इट इज नोन ॲज अ स्कॅफोल्डिंग. That working platform, it is necessary to keep the material of construction and the carry on the construction work. So हे जे काही टेम्पररी स्ट्रक्चर आपण त्याच्यासाठी कन्स्ट्रक्ट करून देतो, that temporary structure it is generally made up of timber or steel framework, and that is known as a scaffolding. So the height of the scaffolding goes on increasing as the height of construction increases. म्हणजे जसं आपलं हाईट ऑफ द कन्स्ट्रक्शन इन्क्रीज होत जाणार आहे, तसंच आपलं स्कॅफोल्डिंगची हाईट सुद्धा काय होत जाणार आहे, इन्क्रीज होत जाणार आहे. ओके, सो दिस इज द स्कॅफोल्डिंग. म्हणजे जे काय आपण फ्रेमवर्क किंवा स्ट्रक्चर टिम्बरचं जे बाहेर बघतो, दॅट स्ट्रक्चर इट इज नोन ॲज अ स्कॅफोल्डिंग. नाउ द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, that is the purpose of the scaffolding. Why this scaffolding is provided into the structure? So it is generally provide a platform to stand safely and carry on the construction. So whenever we are working into the high rising structures or whatever into the residential small structures also, when the height of the work it increases 1.5 meter, then we have to provide a platform to stand safely and carry on the construction. म्हणजे ज्यावेळी हाईट आपली 1.5 मीटर पेक्षा जास्त जाणार आहे, त्यावेळी जे काही वर्कमेन्स तिथं काम करणार आहेत त्यांना सेफली उभं राहण्यासाठी आणि त्यांचं जे काही कन्स्ट्रक्शन मटेरियल आहे ते मटेरियल तिथं ठेवण्यासाठी त्यांना एक वर्किंग प्लॅटफॉर्म असणं गरजेचं असतं, आणि त्यासाठी आपण स्कॅफोल्डिंग्स प्रोव्हाइड करतो. Second purpose is to provide the platform to keep the necessary material of construction tools such as brick, mortar, trowel, plumb bob, etc. म्हणजे ज्यावेळी वर्कमॅन्स वर्क करत असतात तर त्यावेळी त्यांचे जे काही नेसेसरी कन्स्ट्रक्शन टूल्स असतात म्हणजे ब्रिक, मॉर्टर, ट्रॉवेल किंवा प्लंबॉब हे सगळं तिथं पुटअप करण्यासाठी किंवा त्यांच्याजवळ ते ठेवायला जागा असावी यासाठी आपण काय करतो प्लॅटफॉर्म्स क्रिएट करतो आणि त्यालाच आपण काय म्हणतो स्कॅफोल्डिंग. Next, third purpose, the scaffolding is also needed for the repair or even demolition of the building. म्हणजे ज्यावेळी बिल्डिंगचं रिपेअर किंवा मेंटेनन्स वर्क असतं किंवा डिमॉल्युशन वर्क असतं त्यावेळी सुद्धा आपल्याला स्कॅफोल्डिंग प्रोव्हाइड करायची गरज असते. जनरली स्कॅफोल्डिंग these are made up of timber or steel. Now we will see the components or the parts of scaffolding. Generally, the standards, ledgers, braces, putlogs, boardings or the planks, gird boards and toe boards. So these are the general parts of the scaffolding. Now we will see one by one the component parts of the scaffoldings. The first part, that is the standards. So these are the vertical members of scaffoldings supported on the ground or embedded into the ground. म्हणजे जे काही वर्टिकल मेंबर्स आपण स्कॅफोल्डिंग मध्ये प्रोव्हाइड करतो दोज वर्टिकल मेंबर्स these are known as the standards. The ledgers, these are the horizontal members running parallel to the wall and perpendicular to the standards. म्हणजे जे काही आपले horizontal members असतात जे की standardsला connect करतात that is known as the ledgers. Next, that is the braces. So these are the diagonal members fixed on the standards. So these are known as the braces. Putlogs, now just we will see the definitions. In the next figure you will clear it. The putlogs, these members are placed on the ledgers at right angle to the wall with one end supported on the ledgers and other end on the wall. The boardings or the planks, these are the horizontal platforms for supporting main material and appliances. These are supported on the putlogs. The gird boards are the girds against the material. The boards are provided at the working level called as the gird boards. And last, that is the toe board. So these are the boards placed parallel to the ledgers and used for the protection at the level of working platform. So these are the various components or the parts of the scaffoldings. So in this figure I will explain everything. So these are the vertical members which are provided. These vertical members, these are known as the standards. So whatever the vertical members which are inserted into the ground or fixed into the ground, these vertical members are known as the standards. Second, that is the ledgers. So the ledgers are those member which are tied together the standards. म्हणजे हे जे काही horizontal members इथं दिसत आहेत जे आपण standards tie करायला आणि आपले जे पुटलॉग्स आहेत त्यांना सपोर्ट करण्यासाठी ते यूज करतो. So these are the ledgers, the horizontal members provided. Next, the braces. म्हणजे या स्टँडर्ड्सना फिक्स एका जागेवर ठेवण्यासाठी आपण ब्रेसेस प्रोव्हाइड करतो. तिरके जे काही मेंबर्स असतात फॉर द लॉकिंग पर्पज these are known as the braces. Then putlogs, these putlogs are provided or inserted into the wall and supported on the standards. So these are the putlogs on which the working platforms are put or supported. The gird boards are the members on which we are providing the working platform for the workmen. So these are the various parts or the components of the scaffolding. Now we will see the types of the scaffolding. There are 7 types of the scaffolding. First, that is the single scaffolding or the brick layer scaffolding. Second, double scaffolding or the mason's scaffolding. Third, ladder scaffolding or patterned scaffolding. Next, cantilever or needle scaffolding. Next, suspended scaffolding. Then, threshold scaffolding, and last, that is the steel scaffolding. So first, that is the single scaffolding. The single scaffolding, this consists of a single row of standards which are driven into the ground at a distance of about 1.5 to 2 meters apart and about 1.5 meters away from wall to be constructed. The footlogs are placed with one end on the ledgers and the other end in the hole left wall at an interval of 1.2 to 1.5 meters. The guards boardings and other members are placed as shown in the figure. The single scaffolding is cheap and is most commonly used into the brickwork. So the single scaffolding are those scaffolding in which we are providing a single row of the standards. So in this figure it will be clear. So in this figure you can see here the wall is present, and to this wall we are providing the single standards which are inserted into the ground. So this type of the scaffolding, it is known as a single scaffolding in which the single standards are provided. Okay. So today we will stop over here. The next types of the scaffolding we will see into the next lecture. So in the today's lecture what we have discussed, the cavity wall, the purpose of cavity wall, what is the meaning of scaffolding, and the various component or the parts of the scaffolding, and one type of the scaffolding, that is the single scaffolding. Okay, so today we will stop over here. Thank you.